crew today, Captain Christian Henson, Major Dan Gottschalk, and Captain Kyle Benton, the Globemaster Staff Sergeant Alina Barreras. Watch them as they take off here in less than 2,500 feet, weighing in, Danny, right now at almost 340,000 pounds.
Now you watch this tactical takeoff that allows the airplane to get maximum altitude before reaching the perimeter of the airport, where hostile forces may get a great or lucky ground shot and ruin the day of the C-17 crew. So they pitch up about 30 degrees, get to a desired altitude, and out of their tail gun position have set up the remaining wall of fire. All right, now as they come around, they'll have a flight profile in this. Several design features into the airplane was the engines are common to the passenger aircraft of Boeing 757. So that means engines are compatible all around the world. If you have an engine change, you go to the nearest source, buy the 757 engine, and put it on the C-17. The environment, quiet for the environment, and miserly on the fuel.
Danny, this has an incredible lifting capability, and with a crew of only 3 typically, it can stay aloft almost indefinitely with aerial refueling. But we've seen it go fast, but it also has to be able to go slow, doesn't it?
Yeah, slow is important because, especially on final approach, on a very small, short, unimproved strip somewhere in the world, not a great runway like we have here in Dayton, Ohio. So it took the feature of the C-130, short field and takeoff landing capability. It took the bulk of the C-5, the giant Lockheed C-5, 80% of what the C-5 could carry can fit in this C-17, yet 3,000 to 3,500 feet of either landing or takeoff needs to be utilized. And in fact, if you don't have a parallel taxiway like we have here in Dayton, if you have 90 feet of runway width, because the tires are very close to each other, the main tires, you can turn around, do a 180 turn on the ground with a 90-foot load up that you have to load up, engines, the crew stays with the airplane, and they're off again. 2 pilots and 1 Globemaster loading the airplane remote control. Just some of the features on the C-17 Globemaster Roman numeral 3.
As it comes by, the leading edge slats have been extended and the trailing edge flaps have been extended, changing the shape of the wing to allow it to fly slower with better lift at those low speeds. Lots more drag, but let's watch them as they clean it up now. Those flaps and slats will retract, the gear will come up, the throttles will come forward, and it will accelerate away with a quadruple.
However, we want to let you know that they are 9 feet tall, the height of a regulation basketball hoop. And they do wonders for that airplane and other airplanes as well. A great innovation that was accomplished because of space-age materials. It landed on airliners, it's flying on corporate jets, and a wide variety of aircraft around the world. It has saved, by the way, Joe Howard's now up in aerodynamic heaven. We lost him about a year and a half ago. Really, really neat guy. And he and his crew and the winglets have saved billions and billions and billions of gasoline gallons through that innovation. That is too cool for words.
I was going to say, why would you get a plane?
This aircraft, since its first flown in 1991, has shown about a 92% mission capability, mission reliability rating, and that has been very, very important. And as you see this, when it went into the bank, Danny, I looked, and it had to be 50 or 55 degrees of bank. That is pretty much unheard of an aircraft this size.
It is agile. It is maneuverable.
And even though it's 174 feet long, even though the wingspan is 169 feet 10 inches, even though it's 55 feet from the bottom of the tires to the top of the tail, even though it can carry an M1A1 main battle tank, an Abrams battle tank, it can also perform some very...
Either a general hospital or a VA facility. By being around friends and family, they have found that it enhances the recovery of the individual that is being cared for. And that is the part that brought me to tears. The crew that does that, the airplane does that, the trained personnel do that just for the well-being of our soldiers. Watch how quickly it stops. 2 sets of reversers. Rob, go ahead and say it.
That's about as much noise as that airplane is ever going to make. Approached at 130 miles an hour, 340,000 pounds of airplane.
And again, if you can't turn around on the runway, you merely back up.